call this meeting of the County Commissioners to order. Please join us in the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. We'll begin with the approval of the minutes from our January 3rd meeting. Does anyone have any additions or corrections to the minutes?
Yeah. I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
We have a motion by Tracy, second by Dale to approve minutes of the January 3rd meeting. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. Okay, first on our agenda today is County Clerk Don Hughes.
Hello. First, I want to start off by saying Happy New Year's. It's me. This is my first meeting as the clerk. I did step in for Lisa once before. I got a couple of things on the agenda. First, we're going to need to close the office for some training. We had done this training supposedly in September for the new child support program that's coming out in April. It's going live, but they had stopped that because there were some bugs and issues with the child support program. So we're going to need to close the 14th, 15th, and 16th to do training for in-office training to the public.
What month?
What?
What month?
March, sorry. I looked at it and didn't say it. March. So,
Is that a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or?
I think it's I just wrote the date down, Dale. So it's a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Is this part of the Odyssey?
This is part of Invest. So this is a child support program that they're doing. They started to change this program last year. I guess it's been like in the works for like the last 3 years. And they've just had a lot of bugs in the system. So everyone in the state is going live at this point in time by June of this year. So our scheduled date is April. So that's why they're going to have us do the training, and they're going to come and do it with us on the 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Okay, yeah, I recall when,
We wanted to do it in September was when we were supposed to do it last time, but then they canceled the training like the day before.
okay, I recall when the Odyssey system went live,
Mhm.
there was a lot of bugs in that system too.
I have a feeling it's going to be live.
Eventually got worked out, and
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything lately.
No.
Okay,
I'll move to approve closing the 14th, 15th, 16th of March.
Second.
Clerk office.
okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve closing the county clerk's office on March 14, 15, and 16 for training in the new child support system. Is there any further question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. I'm sure you'll coordinate with the courts.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll get in touch with them. We also want to know about maybe changing our office hours. Right now, we are 8:30 to 4, which is not the same as the court. The court's open at 8. So we're wanting to know if we can change the hours from 8 to 4. Monday and Tuesday, 8 to 5. On Wednesday, Thursday, 8 to 12:30, and Fridays, 8 to 4. We would still stay closed from noon to 1. But that way we're not just the only people on the second floor on Thursday afternoons, because when we close to the public at noon, when we come back to lunch, we're the only ones on that second floor. Everyone else is gone for the day. So right now we open at 8:30. The girls are wanting to know if we could go ahead and open at 8. It's something, if you guys want to discuss, we can table it and come back next month. It's up to you guys what your thoughts are on it. But that would be, we would be on the same schedule as the courts. Because they leave at 1, I think, on Thursday, and the other one leaves at noon.
How would that affect your office on Thursdays?
No, we would still stay open on Thursday. So instead of us staying until We close to the public at noon on Thursdays, right? And then we come back after lunch at 1 and work from 1 to 4. This way we would just be done at 12:30 for the day, and then my employees can go either do doctor's appointments, take their kids, whatever that they can do in the afternoon instead of coming and using PTO time or sick time or whatever. So those 3 hours those hours that they would have done, we would incorporate that and come in at 8 instead of 8:30 on Monday through Friday.
That would reduce your overall number of hours during the week too.
No, we would still be at 33 and a half hours for everyone.
Could you draw out a diagram for this for us?
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
Okay.
We can talk about the next one if you guys want to. If you have any questions about that. But yeah, I can draw it out for you. You're right down, Dale.
Okay.
Okay. Also, we
What
have.
do you think?
I think it's a good idea. I can see that it would work well for your office, probably, to be with the courts.
Yeah.
But if we want to wait and really make sure it works right for everything. I mean, I think it's okay we wait. She's willing to wait too. So.
My only caution will be not upsetting the balance with all the other, everybody else in the courthouse.
Yeah. We can do that.
Okay?
We can come back to the next meeting and talk about it. That's
Draw
fine.
us, draw us a diagram of
Whatever.
that.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else?
The Dale had come to me about the trustees, and I'm not quite for sure all what we need to do, but we need some trustee board members. I think is it Fairview, if I'm not mistaken. I brought my Bibles just in case but I'm not quite for sure all that I need to do with those or what you guys need to do. I don't know if you, I was trying to get some information from some other clerks, but they hadn't got back with me yet about what, but we need some board members for the trustees out in Fairview. We've got one that's, the lady that's the trustee now, she's resigned, and I'm waiting for the Republican head, Mike, to talk with her. I emailed him Friday and he said he hadn't gotten with the lady that he wanted to ask, and he was going to get with her, but he hasn't emailed me back or called me yet. But I know we need to get some trustee boards, and it says that the council picks those or suggests those. Like I said, I've been trying to look through my books to see all that we need to do, but we need to get those taken care of is the word for that. I know Lisa Simbach said she wanted to stay on the board, but I'm not quite for sure who else is wanting to stay or who's wanting to leave, since no one ran for the trustees out there, board members out in Fairview.
Isn't there a vacant slot or two in Posey Township also?
Posey, I'm not quite for sure. I know the Posey trustee passed away, so Tim Bentley was supposed to take care of that. He hasn't got back with me either. And then I don't know if there is a board. I know Sue Ann is on the board, but I'm not quite for sure who else. But I can look at Posey too.
I think Sue Ann Plum is the
Only one?
the only board member
Out
that
there.
was on the ballot.
That was on the ballot. Okay.
If I'm remembering right,
You've probably got better memory than I do.
the if there was no candidate on the ballot for
Mhm.
these board seats by either party, the circuit court used to find replacements. The state has taken that responsibility away from the judges and given it to the commissioners now. This would be the first year for this. So far, we haven't got any list.
Okay. So do
We
you,
haven't seen a list yet of where vacancies exist.
okay. So I need to get you a list then.
Right.
List of vacancies. Okay. Two commissioners. I'm new at this deal, so. Okay. So so you need the list before we can decide. Okay.
Yes.
Of the board members. Okay. Okay. I'll get that along with that diagram for you too. And then I'm working on interviews. I've got 9 interviews this week upstairs. I got 4 tomorrow, 2, and then the rest on Friday, since I have 2 full-time and 1 part-time positions open. So just letting you guys know that that's what's happening. So I've got several that have applied. I've had several this weekend reach out to me personally on because I posted on my Facebook page to get more people to apply for those. So hopefully we'll have those, and then the next commissioner meeting will have the recommendations hopefully for them, so we can get those positions filled, because my office is working very hard with not having those two full-time plus the part-time person. They're stepping up, so I'm very thankful for them, because they have going above and beyond working, being short-staffed. So I very much appreciate that.
Yeah, you had one retirement,
One retired.
and then Lisa moving downstairs,
hmm
and you say you lost a part-time position?
Yeah, I was the part-time originally, so we never
That's
hired
right.
a part-time person. So I was doing two jobs. I was still
Right.
doing my part-time job, plus when Margaret left, I did her job.
Okay.
So I'm hoping, knock on wood, we can get those filled this week if the interviews go well. And get those, and then I'll have the recommendation, the 144 that I have to do.
Well, good luck with that.
All right, well, thank you. Is there anything else you guys need from me? Okay. I'll get those taken care of and get back with you guys, okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, our emergency management director is here. Wade, do you have anything for us today?
I do. How is everybody today?
Okay.
So I'll try to be really brief. So just a few updates on some of the things I've been working on. I've renewed our FCC license for the EMA radio. I'm also working with IPSC, the Integrated Public Safety Communication of the Indiana State. I've got a meeting set up with them to talk about our radios, how we do communications, especially emergency communications in Fayette County. I believe that'll be the next week, the week of January 26th. So a few other things that I'm working on. I'm working with Indiana University on our hazard mitigation plans. Apparently Adrian had contracted with them to do the hazard mitigation plan for us. They have asked for an extension that I plan on meeting with, let me see, what was her name, Mary, about, to see what all the plan entails, see if that's something we want to move forward with or not. I should bring that to the next commissioner meeting with a request to approve moving forward with that. It is a no-cost contract to extend. I believe we've already paid the contract to build the plan, so I'll work on that. I've met with Jolisa Bates. We've talked about IntelliGrants and the grants that we have through IDHS. We're going to continue working through that. I made her a signatory, so her and I both can sign. So if I get hit by a bus and I can't sign a grant, Jolisa will be able to do the same. So we'll just work together on everything that we have planned and what we're planning on building. But it gives us a little bit of depth there, so it's not reliant on her or I to finish out processes. We can do it together. I'm working on it to set up the LEPC committees again. And that's a local emergency planning committee. By legislation, we have to have those. So I'm working with IDHS, their LEPC liaison, to build those teams up, and we'll be asking for members of our public safety community to be on those teams. I'm also working to develop a Fayette County Advisory Council. According to Indiana Code 1014, we have to have that. So once I get the groundwork running, I'll bring that back to the board, and we'll start looking for members for that committee as well. And then one final thing, two final things. So I'm working with USDA on the grant you asked me to look at for the facilities indirect loan grant for the EMA vehicle. What I have found out is that grant will only pay up to 35% of the total cost, project cost, up to $50,000. So what that means is basically $17,500 or so we could get applied towards a vehicle. That being stated, we have to have the money appropriated and ready to spend. Can't buy the vehicle yet until we're approved. When I talked with the lady, she said that Fayette County, they're using 2010 census data. So that data puts us eligible for this program. And along with that, she said it could take anywhere from 60 to 90 days to be awarded. It's a competitive grant, so we have to write a justification for it. We also have to have a public 10-day notification period that we're applying for the grant. And I'll work through the proper channels to make sure that all happens. But that being said, that is funding that we can put towards that, but I still plan to push the request for the EMA vehicle to the council. At least we can get the money appropriated for it, and then if and when we're awarded the grant, we'll be able to add those funds to that, and just reduce the cost on the county. So I'm excited about that. And then I don't know if Jane has shared with you my proposal for the EMA vehicle. We're looking at roughly $50,000. The vehicle itself is around $38,000. By the time you put radios, lights, sirens, and the graphics on it, it's more like $48,000. But I also wanted to leave a little bit of room in case prices go up or something happens that we can adjust and work through that. So that was on the vehicle. I think that's it. Do you guys have any questions? I will say too, I was appointed as a special deputy, thanks to Sheriff Jones, which will allow me to help work out some of the more details of the security here at the courthouse. And I plan on start having meetings with the commissioners and talking about security here. Any questions?
On that, this USDA grant on the vehicle, now we learned the hard way on another deal. If you have, it's kind of the chicken and the egg situation.
Right.
A previous situation we had, we got an appropriation from the council which caused us not to be eligible for a grant. Now, I would advise caution here, make sure we don't
Sure.
get too far ahead of ourselves on that, because if we can pick up 17.5 for a vehicle, certainly want to do that.
Right.
So,
Understood. So whenever the email that I received from the USDA, from the lady that runs this region, she said the money has to be appropriated and accounted for. So I'll talk with Jane and show her that grant document, and we'll work through that and make sure that we don't do something that's going to hinder us from getting those funds. So.
okay, yeah, and be careful there.
Will do.
Anyone have anything for Wade?
The stuff we looked at over there the other day.
It's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, my office is cleaned out. You guys would be amazed at what it looks like right now. So much better thanks to Josh and his guys. Yeah, they got rid of a bunch of stuff that we've had from, I think some of it dated back into the 60s. It was just sitting there collecting dust. So cleaned up now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Highway Department Supervisor Jay Havlin. Jay, do you have anything for us today?
I just want to let you know that the delivery date for the brush cutter will be May 1st. They said because they got their payment early, they moved it up a month. So we can look forward to that. We're out there, we're patching roads today. We're going to go up there and try to fix that spot up at Waterloo tomorrow, and we'll see what the weather does to us for the rest of the week. We'll go from there.
Yeah. There hasn't been a whole lot of freezing and thawing yet this winter.
Not yet.
That helps a lot.
Look for next week.
Yeah.
It'll be here. I'm gonna start looking for somebody to replace Garrett out in the garage, because he went to truck. And I'll probably, if it's all right, I'll do like I did with him. If they don't have the CDL license, I'll give them time to get it, as long as they keep doing the job while they're getting it. We can get by like that for right now.
Okay. Are you one person short now or two?
Right now, we're just one,
Okay.
but I look, be at least two more in the next couple months,
Okay.
from what I'm hearing. So we'll see.
Well, we'll play it as it goes.
Yep, that's all we can do.
Anybody have anything else for Jay? Thanks, Jay. Maintenance Supervisor Josh Jarbo, do you have anything for us?
No, not today.
Okay. Sheriff Jones, do you have anything for us?
Yeah. Basically, just some information. With the grant that Joey got last year, I'm probably going to post it for the new deputy position. It's one of the grant positions that is paid for by the COPS grant. So I'll probably post that later this week, start taking applications, and then move forward on that. So that'll get us up to full staff. Now we got 2 guys at the academy right now. Another one of our newer guys, scheduled to go in May, and then if we can get this new person hired, maybe we can get them in May also. So that'll put us everybody trained and ready to go early fall. So that's the plan, if that's okay with you guys.
Okay, now this position is a COPS grant?
Mhm.
Okay,
With the COPS grant, we got 2 positions, and we got 1 hired so far. That's how the SRO happened out at the high school, and that officer is Jacob Lunsford, and we got 1 more to fill.
okay. Would another one meet another SRO or not?
No,
Okay,
he's going to be a full-time deputy.
all right.
And that grant a 3-year?
3 years, yeah, 3 years. The grant pays for it. The 4th year, the county pays for it, and then the 5th year, the county can either pay for it or get rid of it. I think is the way it's done.
Oh,
Good.
We was just approved that.
Do you want to give the okay for him to go ahead and try to hire another deputy on the COPS grant?
Yes.
Oh, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to direct the sheriff to go ahead and find another candidate for the COPS grant deputy position. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. There you go.
All right. Also, vehicles. We got our 2 new trucks in that we ordered in about a year and a half ago. They finally showed up. We're waiting on the lights for those. Those should be in the next week. They'll be on the road. I'm probably going to look into buying a used Durango, because I think we only get $55,000 for vehicles, and that won't buy us 2 trucks. So I'm probably going to look into buying a used Durango. I'm a big fan of the newer vehicles being on the road, because those are the guys that are going to be responding to calls and driving at high rates of speed. So a used Durango will probably go to the detective division. Our 2 new detectives, Joey Laughlin and Dan Becker, one of those guys will get a used vehicle, and then their newer vehicle will go onto the road. So I'm probably going to start looking into that with Reedman's, if that's okay. Again, I don't know if I have to ask for approval for this or not, but we'll just do it.
Well, I saw the new trucks out there the other day, and they look new.
Yeah, they're new.
Who's going to do the graphics on this?
We use a company out of Shelbyville, Bagley Signs. We've used them for at least the last 8 years that I know of. They do a really good job. drive the truck up there, you pull in their garage and they put it on for you. That takes them about 20 minutes and then you're out. And then the lights, Kevin Perry, city police officer here, we contracted with him to do that. We used to take it to Richmond. It was just a hassle. He can do it in his driveway, and he orders all the stuff and puts them on at his house.
Okay, and I assume you'll take the radio equipment out of the old vehicles and put in the new ones?
Yes, if the old vehicles are still going to be used, because again, we're adding 2 deputies, so vehicles are at a premium over there. So yes, whatever we can recycle, we will recycle. And I talked to Dale Munson. I'm not a big fan of trading vehicles in because I think we lose money on it. So anytime we have a vehicle that we're taking out of service, because sometimes it's dangerous for a deputy to be going 90 miles an hour to a call in a vehicle that has 180,000 miles on it, I think that your guys' vehicles, I think they should be repurposed into maybe the animal shelter or community corrections or something. So I don't see the point in trading these vehicles in, so hopefully we can get away from that.
I'm sure we can find somebody
Somebody that could use it, I'm
that
positive.
it'd be an upgrade for someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also plan on looking at, starting next month, and looking at all the contracts that the sheriff's department is in, as far as the food, medical, commissary, phones, looking at all that to see if there's ways that we can save money or make more money. I got some appointments set up early next month to possibly change what we're doing over there, just to improve things.
Okay.
All right?
That's good.
Anybody got anything else for the sheriff?
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
County Surveyor Bill Mackey, do you have anything for
Yeah,
us today?
I've got one little thing here. I've got a change order on Bridge 90. What it is, it's not for more money. Those are under, we save money on the borrow, that 24,000, and the subgrade, 70,000. So that's money that we save on the bridge because they didn't have to use the borrow pit. Remember, we was going to use the borrow pit off the county farm, but they didn't end up having to take out all the subgrade because they used the old asphalt that was in there. So what happens is the NDOT requires anything over $20,000 in savings has to be reported, and that's what this is. This is reporting that our inspectors have to give the NDOT. I need you to sign above my name there, Dale, and I'll give that to Jim, and he can send it to NDOT. But that's what they require, anything over $20,000, and one's 24 and the other one's 70. They want to know an explanation of why we came in so cheap. So that's required. Now, there's a lot more savings in that, and none of the rest of them are over 20,000. So we haven't got a final number yet of what construction came in under, but we're 155, 160 maybe total, under what the bid was. But we'll get a final number later, but those are definites right there. But the other ones won't have to be reported, just only because they're 20,000. You can keep that one, that's just a copy I made, but I need your signature above mine so I can,
You need the signature page signed.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
need to approve the change order for Bridge 90.
Second one.
Okay. We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve the change order request on bridge number 90. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. All right, I'll go ahead and sign this for you, Bill. And
That's good. Better in the other direction.
Usually change orders want money. Oh, this is a good thing.
there you go, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's all I have.
All right. County Attorney, do you have anything for us today?
I do not.
Okay. Does anyone have any mail they need to show?
Oh, for, you want to take part in the court?
Does anyone have anything under old business?
Oh, nobody's used to it. No, I haven't used to it. Oh, okay.
All right. there's one thing I'll mention. At our last meeting, we was waiting confirmation on 2 appointments to the Eastern Indiana Regional Planning Commission. And
The one that does,
Scott Bevington, one of our county council members, has been serving there and is desirous to stay if we will let him. The other person, we've mentioned, I've emailed him, I hadn't heard back from him. So our next meeting is the 26th of this month.
he's what does college and stuff.
And if we're gonna let Scott Bevington stay, we need to do something with him today.
Return Scott.
I'll second that.
Okay. We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to retain Scott Bevington as a representative on the Eastern Indiana Regional Planning Commission. All in favor signify by saying aye. Three ayes, Jane. The other one, back from him. We'll take care of that now.
Is there a time frame that has to be filled?
Not really. Vacancies occur, you know, and you just take care of them whenever you can. Anything else under old business? Do you have anything under new business?
We got to do the mowing contract advertising.
Yeah. Jan has reminded us that even though it's January, it's time to start thinking about mowing cemeteries. You sent out the list of cemeteries that they want to mow this year. Was that 14 or 16 yards? I can't recall.
616.
16? Okay. This contract normally runs from April 1 through October. In order for us to have everything ready to go by April 1, we need to start earlier this year than we did last year. Last year, we were a little bit late to get this done. So, what would you prefer as a deadline for having bids in?
First meeting in March, would that work?
It would. So March 7th.
Okay.
Whatever that day is. We need that in a motion.
Yeah, we'll need a motion to advertise for bids. Do you need anything else with that, Jane? So that we don't mess this up?
As long as you guys agree with the 16 cemetery list that they gave, and, yeah, decide on the date to open, we can do that.
Because I did notice on the list, they've got the old orange, but they don't have the orange cemetery on there.
You talking about Orange North? Orange North has its own
They have their own contract.
association that takes care of that. They sell lots
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. It's a self-perpetuating cemetery.
Mhm.
Old Orange is not.
So that's what these are, all the ones that are already basically filled.
Pioneer cemeteries, yeah. If we didn't take care of them, there was no one left to do
Right.
it. They used to be in charge of the township trustees
Right.
many years ago.
And this is just this isn't all of them. This is the
Oh,
bigger
no.
ones, right?
No, that's not near all of them.
That's good though. That many get taken care of.
I'll move to advertise for mowing of the cemeteries with a deadline of March 7th.
Should be the 6th, the day before our meeting, is what this original contract, when it was written up. They had to be to the auditor's
Yeah,
office
it's
the
like
day
make them
before
do
on
the day
Monday.
before, and then we'll open them on the 7th. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, will that be March 6th or March 7th?
6th.
March
6th.
6th. Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to advertise the 2023 cemetery mowing contract, and all bids due by March 6th. Is there any further question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, James. Takes care of that. Is there anything else under new business we need to take care of? Jane, are we forgetting anything? Okay. It's easy to do. Is there any patron concerns today? Okay. All that leaves is claims and payroll.
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
Did we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve claims and payroll? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. Motion by Dale to adjourn, second by Tracy. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. We're adjourned. Thank you all very much.